Not the best Moira map.
Science will reveal the truth.
Once the payload kicks in, it's okay. But if you're stuck on payload, the only thing you've got is like orbs that you can fire to your team. Ah, I nearly made the jump. Like, a lot of the walls here aren't that flat. There's high ground to contest, which you can only really get to with fade jumps or taking a very scenic route. I mean, it's mostly the attack on this first point, because with Moira, you're limited to running up here. Well, it's really difficult to heal any of your team that are diving. Underneath is okay, but how are you contesting anyone on high ground or when your team dives? Up here's okay. It's just, like, other heroes would be better. Even, like, Baptiste. Oh, someone just touched the point. Baptiste can just use his control, right? Well, his crouch jump. There's a Pharah coming behind us. Gonna bounce it in this wall flat again so we can just hang around here. I don't know if we're gonna get to them. We'll try it. Gotta watch out. We might get hooked accidentally here. Wasn't sure if our Ryan was gonna get her or not. We're right clicking for survival. Flat bounce comes back to us. There. Still healing. Right. We're slight angled bounce, so it keeps on bouncing down there to try and hurt them all. Get ready to fade. Oh, thank you very much. Flat bounced it again. If you notice here, it's gone off now into the Junkrat trap. I think generally though, when I wonder if there's a bounce up there to then come back to us on point. Yep, that worked. Hey, if you don't try, you don't know. And what's a better time to try than when there's no healing to do? Right, we might have to call here. As big, try and line them up. Oh no, don't get. Oh! Right, we got an orb that's kind of bouncing. It didn't bounce very long in the point. Big tire coming in. Is it enough to win it? There's mines on point, which is going to hurt. We've still got a jank root, and 2 tanks alive, so we should get back to a nice, healthy dose of healing. See, we've thought about the orb bounce. Even if it misses, we've got our orb up again.
This will heal you.
There we go. Still healed the Ana.
60 seconds.
Let's have a little scout. It's risky because our tanks might need healing, but we've got an Ana over there. That orb hasn't tagged anyone. Behind us. One little bit of communication. We didn't think about that one because we just wanted to get healing in as soon as possible. Oh nice, even the Ana's still healing me from over there. She recognized the danger. If we fire an orb at him there, that might pressure him out. Now if he gets that mega over there, he might come back. We bounced it there, and it should go towards them over there. There we go. This next orb, I would bounce here. I'm taking a step out, to fire it there to bounce to anyone who's defending on the point.
Score 0-0. Switching sides.
It's only over the last like year that I've become obsessed with orb bounces. Beforehand, I wasn't. I was thinking about them, but I was more thinking about the damage orb side of it. And yeah, I've become pretty obsessed with it. Every orb I fire, I'm thinking about the bounce. Unless I know that I'm going to get huge value out of it just by firing it. For example, if I'm on 1 health, I know that I'm going to get almost max value out of the orb, regardless of where it's going. So I'll just fire it, right, to heal me. But nearly every other orb, I am thinking about every single movement of it, where it could possibly go, where I can move to catch the orb, where I can move to make the bounce more effective. Like, if I'm standing here and my team are all around here, well, I might move to here thinking they're going to move over in that direction because we're retreating. So if I just take a little step out here, fire an orb and then fade back to my team, I know the orb's going to hang out with me and start healing them there. A bit like Coalescence, where you take a step in order to align the Coalescence better with your team and opponents. I'm doing the same with orbs.
You know. I'm restoring you.
So where's a nice little bounce here? There's a Genji there. I guess we don't have to fire it too much here. I could have fired a damage orb there, but I'm not sure it's going to actually hit someone. There's a Xayah. I'm bouncing it there so that it hopefully bounces forward and heals her. It's healing her the whole time, actually. I am actually going to go for the Xayah here, because I think... Oh! She's going to be in huge trouble if we don't help her. No! Xayah, I've got no healing left. She's massively out of position as well and doesn't seem like a very good player. So maybe I need to focus my attention elsewhere.
This will heal you.
We didn't really think about the orb there because I felt we were going to get good value. We thought about that bounce. That bounce is going to kill the Zen. It's going to kill the Zen. It's going to kill the...
That's much better.
Okay, fine. It didn't. I was wrong. I'm allowed to be wrong. It's going to kill the Zen. No bounce there, but there's a lot of players lined up. Don't want to use too much of my resources. We're running low. Bounce here, because that's where we're moving. We're going to have to probably fade out of here. Oh, no, back in. And... yeah, that's a struggle. And this is why Moira's not that good on the attack. It's gonna kill the Zen. No, I'm just joking.
I require assistance. I need help. No. I require assistance.
We'll do one more of them. And then the joke's finished.
Is charging.
But you won't know when. So we are still opting to push here, even knowing how many ults they've got. Okay, I don't know how much goo is there, and if we can get through it. I don't think we can safely get through that. Flat bounce. See, even under pressure there, we can still use this orb. No bounce there. Their Zen's doing really well. Like, really well. Which means I want to look for to try and shut him down a little bit whenever I can.
This will restore you.
60 seconds remaining.
And I think he's still going to have Transcendence, which means there's a good chance this map could be a draw. Our team's trying different ways, but like our Xayah is going off everywhere but where the team's not going. So we are going to pretty much ignore her. In. Is the Transcendence going to come in? Okay, good.
Play of the game.
So I on those early pushes, I went with a Xayah because I was wondering if her flanking and pushing up main was a sign of confidence, or was it like just dumb? Because it might be that she's a smurf and she's that confident in her abilities that she's just going to kill everything, right? So I hung out with her for a minute and it became apparent that she wasn't a good player. And at that point, I need to be looking for, well, who are the carries on my team? Who's playing well? Who's going to carry this game? So I don't want to invest all my resources in keeping potentially a bad player alive. I'm not going to make a bad player good. I want to make the good players great. And that's quite a key thing to ranking up. Whee! 2.6. So we're in Plat. That's where we're starting this season from. I might add that it's not going to be a long stream tonight. But I believe, and every time I say this I don't do it, so take it with a pinch of salt. I believe I'll stream tomorrow. And hopefully do a longer stream, but I woke up.
Pure class.
Merciful. Thanks for the follow. We changed the follow notification. It's really hard to hear Moira voice lines in game. But we've been getting so many follows lately that having the music playing can be quite disruptive. So I thought I'll change this for two reasons. One, YouTube copyright stuff, and two, yeah, just because it's less disruptive. But I appreciate the follow nonetheless, and welcome to stream. Even though you've been typing for ages.
Now arriving at Ilios. Prepare for battle.
Got a long way to go for rank 69. Hey Rocco, how's it going? Hope you're having an awesome day. Those are great emotes, by the way. Here comes the remix.
Describing your work as unethical would be a kindness.
But the true question is whether or not you can deny my discoveries. No, I didn't think so.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Right, Koth map.
Round 1.
It's going to be right click heavy. We don't have a shield. I'm actually feeling better already. I think it must have just been woke up from a nap. Yeah, I'm doing great, thank you. Oh, aggressive Ryan. That suggests to me either he's a Smurf who's done a really good rollout, or they've got a Lucio. They have a Lucio, so that's good news. Kree's gonna pressure this Ryan. I'm a bit worried about his health. We bounce it there to hopefully right, we want to block the point even if it's taking me damage, and get ready to fade the hook. We're gonna make sure that they don't get this point for free. If you want this point, you earn it. Catch my orb. Throw another one. We're tanking. Bounce orb, maybe. No. It didn't bounce flat. Damage orb, so it keeps on. Ah, I was supposed to hang around there. Watch the boobs. Where can we bounce one now? Over here. Right, our orb's no good for us yet, but we can catch it up later. Nice try, Lucio.
Get into position.
Whoa, what the?
This will improve your condition.
Anyone the hog hooks, we're going to right click even for a fraction of a second. No healing to do, there's antis in place, so we're just going to damage orb it. Mercy's getting a lot of healing. She's got her ult already. You. Couldn't do anything about that. I mean, we could have with some really aggressive play. Watch the hog hook.
You seem to need bait.
Another damage orb. It actually so big. Right, watch Shatter. Shatter's a consideration at this point. I'm gonna flat bounce it there because we're gonna move into this location. Right, we might need to coal, but oh, our hog's a monster. Right, there's a blade in play and a nano. This Lucio's gonna be annoying, so we're just gonna kill him. We don't want to get booped. Our hog is a monster carry right now. So let's really support our hog. We are basically a mercy pocket for this hog. We're going to right click anything he hooks and we're going to try and heal whenever he takes damage. We're tanking, but we need our hog to come hang out. Okay, they got the point at 99%. That's a good first attack on this map. Hey, I'm not top 1 Moira. I'm not even close. I make too many mistakes, but I think I do think about the game probably a lot more. I think I'm good to learn from, even if I'm not the best. We bounce the damage orb to get value. Nice, the hog wall strafed it. We've taken 100 damage from this, so we're going to fade, take that pack, and look for an orb bounce. Maybe in that room, it might help our Doom out. It didn't get there in time. Right, watch the shadow. Get ready to fade it. Oh! Uh-oh.
That's much better.
We say, okay, we capped.
Allow me.
I tried to bounce an orb to the side. This is not my normal rank. But we're trying to simplify the play, right? So we're not try-harding. We're just we're try-harding to be good at the basics. Right click anything the hog hooks. Can we keep players alive? That was why I hadn't called yet, but now we can. Watch the Doom. Bounce it there, because there's players around there. Is he orb hitting anyone else? Is there still someone behind us?
Best round.
This will heal you.
Score
That turned out to be a lot harder than
0.
I thought it was going to be.
Pay with you. Then how would you afford the hospital?
The struggle for martial superiority is so tedious. The superiority of ideas.
Current SR
That is the coin
is
of my
2601 on this account. I think we've been winning too many games though, because this season we're on a 60% win rate,
2.
and last season we're on 62. Actually, that's fine.
Capture.
That's about where I want it to be. Like, we want to climb, and we want to be an effective Moira, but we don't want to overdo it. Like, to put in perspective, in my Unranked to GM, I think we had like 30 or 40 games before we lost. And we finished it on something like an 80% win rate. Gonna bounce. Oh, it didn't bounce, so big. I told you, our hog is our monster, right? Right, we need to help him with this. Oh, he's got another one. bounce it in case everyone chases. We might get a thing. Going to fade out. We do our bit of tanking. Bounce it, ready to go back in. And we've got nothing, no cooldowns. Yeah, I mean, that time was just about climbing almost as quick as possible. And showing, I guess, the highest potential.
This will heal you.
It was more a fun challenge, but it wasn't good for people watching, and it wasn't good to play. But the thing was that I didn't make an account specifically for that purpose. I needed another account and I was leveling it. Oh, so close. Okay, we didn't need to fade there. I was thinking I could get round to the hog, but... Oh! Their hog's a big carry. It seems their Sigma's also a new account, which makes it much more likely that they're a Smurf, but I haven't seen anything from their Sigma yet. Let's get into the point. Vertical orb. And we'll shoot the Zen. Mercy next. Uh-oh. Damage orb. There wasn't much healing to do. We can keep one bouncing around. Right, we got a lot of work to do.
Activating the barrier.
It's a nice kill. Farah down.
This is my will.
Barriers. My barriers.
That flat out orb bounce at the back as well to bounce back and keep hitting them. I was not sure about this. That was awkward. He didn't hook when I thought he was gonna hook. We need our hog alive. We need our hog alive.
That changes my thinking.
Right, we've got a few options here. We can go to the right and fire an orb to the point. Or we can go main. But we really need this coal. We're gonna fade out of that. I'm not sure if we can save the Hog's coming in, that's going to be a problem. As I said, a problem. Yeah, this is our educational series. We've still got the point.
New beginning.
Right,
New thinking.
we're going to go this way. Because we can get a orb to the point. Don't fall off. Educational stream.
This will heal you.
Well,
Dead yet.
we may have lost the game for our team. You can get across there, I might add.
Surrender to my will.
Yeah, normally what I would do when I'm running on that side route is I'd fire the orb and then I'd travel in the inside the room rather than go across there.
1-1.
Yeah, no, I didn't fall to plat. We popped our coal there because we heard the Reaper teleport up near to our Ash. And I was anticipating a chunk of damage to just appear on her. So the Reaper didn't actually push that well, but that's fine. It's 1-1.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
If we hit that orb, it's a Widow scouting orb. If it goes, then they've got a Widow sitting up in the normal Widow spot. It does seem like they have. That was close. They do have a Widow, which is why I faded. Forced May's ice block. That orb's bouncing around in that room on a May that doesn't have an ice block anymore. I'm gonna pressure the Widow. Flat bounce if the Hog pushes forward, which means they've got healing, which means we can look for somebody else to heal. Flat bounce. Didn't work because it got Mayward. That Sigma's dead. Means we're going to have to fade back. They don't have Widow anymore. Nothing to heal there. It was actually a bad orb. Right, Hog. Just going to fade out of there. He's chasing though. Bob's quite a good tank for us right now. They're investing a lot of resources into killing the Bob. Got no healing though, because we invested a lot of resources into keeping the Bob alive. We've still got the point. Remember to focus on the objectives. If you can analyze if your team is winning or losing a fight early, you can then set yourself new priorities. So in that case, it was like, well, we're losing the fight. We're stalling it quite well, but we're still losing it almost 100%. So I want to keep the objective as long as possible. Gotta still watch out for like a Kree coming that side. Fade to the health pack because we took half of our health. Another 2 shots and we die. Right, is there anything we can call from here? Risky, we've got low health.
I will allow none to stand in the way of progress.
Coal gives you health regen, which is very useful, but you can't be too low when you pop it.
Touch from afar.
Just going to help with that monkey, because he's going to be the one who jumps the point. Get ready for the jump. Oh, it's a Hog. Oh, he's hacked. There's no hook. I'm dead. It's a good attack by them, actually. But what have they invested and what are we going to have up? We're going to have a EMP. And we might be able to get Cole in this time. If there's enough healing available. Sigma, slow down. Okay, speed up.
My will made real.
Alright, well that's the game one. You could have Shadow.
I'm on All evidence supports this claim.
I don't bother. If you're comfortable using it, then fine. I find that using the mouse wheel rapidly can mess up your aim a bit. And also tapping the right mouse button is basically just as good. I'd rather tap it and not risk, because it also, I guess, depends on the quality of your mouse. Like, with my mouse, sometimes I might accidentally spin the mouse wheel. And let's say I'm trying to keep a Reinhardt alive or something, right? And I'm just holding down the left click as much as I can. If I accidentally touch the mouse wheel and it switches to right click, the Rein could die. And I find it less likely to accidentally press the right mouse button. So I think I did bind it to mouse wheel on one of my accounts because I was testing some stuff with it. I just never bothered unbinding it. But since having bound it, it's caused me an issue more than I've gained from it. So, I mean, if you're comfortable using it, then go for it. Because it is the fastest way to regenerate resources. Of course, you're losing DPS doing so. And I do value that DPS when I'm right-clicking things. Very occasionally, I'll tap resources. If I know I haven't got many opportunities to get resources back, I'll proper just like mash the right mouse button on somebody. But I'd say most of the time, even just holding the mouse button is fine for resources if you're doing it often enough.
Now
I appreciate the questions though, right? Because
Science will reveal the truth.
it's quite difficult for me to come up with things to think about showing you guys, and questions like that are they're good. Really nice for me to answer. They're important questions as well.
Get into position. There was a flaw in my approach.
Some Moiras and some good Moiras will live by the mouse wheel scrolling. As in, it's super important for them. For others like me, it's not as important.
When faced with a setback, we must challenge our assumptions.
Like, I've emptied my heal bar, right? Do I have it? No, I don't have it bound on here.
Not ready.
Obviously, I'm not healing anyone in deathmatch, so... It's like, what I'll end up doing is... Look, this is a tapping. That's half the bar. But it was messing up my aim a fair amount. So if I emptied it again, and I just hold down right click, it's like, that's all it took, and I'm back up to healthy resources.
I'm restored. I can't this forth. You have served your purpose. This will restore you. I will draw strength from your memory.
Find my heal up.
Perhaps a new methodology is required. Get into position.
Hey, that's awesome. Like, Did you find it helped with like your gameplay? Because I wouldn't be too sort of focused on the results, but do you feel more comfortable with the hero? Yeah, this is part of the Moira University Series. We just named it that so it's got a name, right? Oh, I missed the bounce.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Yeah, and I think you'll identify certain things that will help you, and you don't have to implement all this stuff like at once to your game. You might say, okay, I'm going to prioritize big fades, as in like that, right? Maximizing your fade distance, which means you can go la 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 la, fire your orbs, it doesn't matter where they bounce, and when you need to escape, you're getting the max distance out of your fade. You could prioritize orb bounces, so you could say, okay, well, it doesn't matter if my fades are quite bad, if I'm just going to bounce an orb off of a wall and keep myself healed. Like, you find what you can add to your gameplay easily,
Prepare for battle.
and then, yeah,
Select your
just
hero.
add it one thing at a time, focus on it for a while. When you get comfortable with it, go for another one. Yeah, the jump after fade is so important. You should be looking to do it almost every fade. I think I watched a VOD of mine the other day. In fact, it was that 3 Coles video.
Science will reveal the
And
truth.
I noticed the only time which I don't really jump after a fade is when I'm fading through a minefield. Quite often because I'm really focused on where my exit is, and I'll go, right,
But the
there's the
true
minefield,
question is whether
I can
or
get
not
through it
you
here,
rely
okay, I'm
on my
safe,
discoveries.
now carry on.
No.
Nearly any other time I'm adding a jump to the end of my fade to get the maximum distance, because distance is really important when you're fading. Here's a bit different because you're fade jumping off of the platform, so you're already getting the height. Just gonna fire it there. They look for the TP. Bounce the heal orb in that room. Bounce the heal orb there, because it will just keep messing around in this room. And now can we look to block this capture point? Hog's already in there. We didn't even kill the turret. Moira DPS so low. We've got no healing for the Zaya. Right, blocking the point. And get out of there. Wow, some big ults. Okay, we'll play big ults. Annoyingly, they've got the Mercy. We're just gonna have to like fully commit to this.
Wow, huge tracer.
They still haven't capped the point. They're only just capping it now. If I didn't block the point earlier, they would be on about 25% already.
Beginning.
That's why I was willing to step into the Lion's Den. Zaya might be in trouble here. We're going to fade as soon as we can. Right, try just not to get booped out. Instead we got punched out.
I'm not dead yet. This will restore you.
It does feel like we're against a stack.
Ready. The power of destruction.
Wait for our go.
Their Zayas are also really high energy, which makes this quite difficult for us to stay alive. Let's reposition and make sure we use our orbs. I'm expecting a grab to come in. Yeah, they're going to counter grab us. And they got an anti as well. I'm actually going to fade through to the point. Now this might seem quite advanced, but I'm going to try and pull them and then I'm just going to fade back because it might open the choke point for us.
Allow me to repair the damage.
That was it's not really a difficult play, right? But it hopefully opens out this choke point. Bounce our orb there. Get ready to fade if we need to for the Doom Fist. Let's punish him. We can use the rest of our coal later, so it's not like a solo ult. And through to the point. Following our orb the whole way. We're not healing the Tracer, attacking the Tracer there to kill him. We're just using him for sustain. Same with a Mercy, but it's nice if we do kill him, right? Same here. We're not trying to kill him. We're just following the path of our orb. Kind of. It went off that way. That's the whole, like, principle behind the no-land play style. Bounce your orb. Look at where it's going to travel to. And make sure you're right-clicking and it's healing you. It's like pretty advanced, but I felt we kind of needed to do it. Our team weren't getting through the choke point, so we're looking at what we can do to try and open the game up a bit for our team.
Let's show them what we can do.
Like, it's highly likely we're going to lose this game. But even those little aggressive fade to back plays, I want to try and simplify those for you guys, just in case you ever want to make them. And there might be some DPS heavy Moira players that can learn from that as well. So I won't be doing it too often because I'm trying to focus on sort of the heal basics. We're going this way because they led the way. Damage orb because there's no healing right now. We're going to fade through if we need to, but Monkey's let go of us. It's not a high value orb, but it should get some healing in. Fade the Doom because we heard him. We don't even know where he is. Right click at any opportunity we get. There's a Tracer on us, right? We look for a bounce that will go this way. Not much healing to do. So we'll bounce an orb. Maybe it makes their Ana heal someone in their back line, which means someone in their front line dies. Tracer's pushing around. We're just going to fade the pulse bomb. Bounce an orb flat there. See how much value it gets. Heal on the way back as well. It's a good bounce. Same orb then. He was antied. We're going to coal, but we need to get in a good position first. So we use our fade. A Monkey might chase us with his ult. He's nanoed as well. Reaper is a problem. Can we block the point again? Help our Lucio. Another orb bounce that we thought about. Oh, hello, orb. Another orb and right clicking. Oh, Lucio, that was a risky beat.
As expected.
That was barely me. I only just tickled him with a right click there. Right, Hog's anti. Can we tank some damage for him? And then we heal orb. Right click for our own sustain. And die to the Reaper. Jump down. From the top, I believe. Yes. Beyblade came in.
I'm not dead yet.
Bounce an orb there. It might hit someone on the point. If it doesn't, I'll just look to back off. We'll still see if we can fire a damage orb. It's a lot of healing we're burning. If they overcommit, we can ult. I think we're going to anyway. That's scary though, even while we're in coal. There's another ult already. This is also scary. I tried to step backwards then because my healing orb was meant for our teammate, but it was healing me. So by stepping backwards, it releases the latch from myself quicker, and hopefully it would have got to the our player faster. Right, bounce an orb there, so it bounces on this back wall and then bounces forward to where we're traveling. Sort of worked.
Mercy one.
They're pretty low up there. We've got to watch out for the Reaper next to us though, that's why we're moving across. Alright, we're taking a lot of damage here. Can we keep them alive?
Nice.
I'm gonna fire that orb because that monkey was weak. That orb was meant for that monkey. It was obvious the monkey was gonna jump back to his team. So that's why we fired it there. He actually just got res.
Activating self-destruct.
Oh.
A little bit chaotic.
All systems operational. Ready for combat.
Damage is quite important because if you're just straight up healing, there's other healers that sort of do it better. Like Anna can straight up heal, and then she also gets sleep, nano boost, anti-nade.
If you wanna play junk, we play on the point.
Moira's utility is a lot of her damage and survivability. They might TP again because they did it on the first one, so we've got to keep a lookout for that.
Oh fuck!
It would be in that window.
No, shit.
On side, on side.
Right, we lost our Lucio, but we cannot play so passive. And we're most certainly not going to rage at him for making a mistake.
Rock on me, rock on me.
He knows the mistake he made. I bounced that orb on that little flat ledge to try and bounce on the bridge for the Anna.
Cellular structure. Get into position.
See that bounce? It's planned. We are thinking about them all.
Play on point, play on point, play on point.
I will rebuild you.
Yes, I mean, Fade is primarily a escape tool. It's like even now, I would have faded that thing there, that Xayah right click that was coming into me if I was on my main, because I didn't know how much energy she had, and that could have really hurt me. Whoa, what the? Bounced it there, so it comes round to here, and maybe another bounce. We're right-clicking the Hanzo for... okay, I did hear the junk, but I wanted to see if I can get a... Oh! We knew that people were about to get hit by that dragon. We're hiding behind this thing to give us cover from the Roadhog, but he's going to surely come for us now. I felt the damage orb would be able to pressure us quite a bit there. That's really good play by the Tracer. He heard the Junkrat tire, and he immediately went for the Junkrat knowing he's going to be vulnerable. Really nice play by the enemy Tracer. I do that with Moira.
Nice.
I'm not dead yet.
Right, can we get something in the window just to bounce around? We can't do too much aiming with it, but we just want it in there. Fade jump. Right, it's a little bit scary with the enemy coalescence there, so we'll try and stay in cover as much as possible. We're following our orb, even though we're running towards a Roadhog. We were antied though, so I should have probably noticed that earlier. But at least even if we're antied, by walking with the orb, we keep it moving slowly for when the anti wears off. See if we can get another one. I might have missed that. No, it did get in. Orbs are a precision weapon. Right, Alright, that's the end of that
I'm
one.
restored.
Anna's being a little bit aggressive, so let's fire an orb at her and annoy her here.
Bait them
That
on the
Zaya's
bridge,
got
I'll
high
ult
energy.
them.
I just
Bait
took
them on the-
80 damage. There's no bounce there, but if the hog pushed forward, that was going to be healing him.
Okay.
Right, we go with the bomb. Right, don't get slept. Keep our hog alive if we can. Oh no. It's looking unlikely. It's looking very unlikely. Very unlikely. We need to do some magic here.
Die on point. I hope when we win. I ultimate.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Slipping.
We've got 23k healing in a 13-minute game, so we're healing 20k per 10 minutes. Which is very, very high. But that's the efficiency of these orbs for you.
Step right up.
I'm gonna take this. Oh, Tracer, I thought the Tracer was ninja in it from us then. We're just gonna... I want to look for a bounce. There will do. That orb will come back to our hog. We're gonna fade to where our orb was going, but it expired. Okay, it's lucky that he missed that hook somehow. We escape the grab. Can we keep players alive? It's gonna be tough. Ah, it's unlucky. It was a good effort from the team though. That was a good game. It was tough.
Nice try.
They were definitely higher skill than I would expect at this rank. I had to play probably better than I would have wanted to keep that close.
Play of the game.
But it's fine. Right guys, unfortunately today is going to be a short stream. A Kiwi. 75% accuracy in losing. Yeah. It happens, right? That's just how games work. Like I didn't check, but I think Ooh.
Pure class.
Oh my god, Nikki, thanks for the follow. I didn't check, but I think a fair amount of them might have been in a stack. So yeah, I did plan on streaming much earlier, but I was tired after work. I took a nap. I beat up my phone when the alarm sounded, and then I woke up and went, shit. So I apologize for the late stream. I will try and make it up to you guys tomorrow. I think I'm able to stream. But, you know, busy schedule, sometimes things come up.